Well, welcome to our channel. Ask yourself one question. Why don't cricketers ever get hungry? Because every time they get near a bowl, they run. It's a joke, of course, but what if I told you there's a dish that even the most fleet-footed cricketers can't resist? We're talking about chole bhature, a delicious North Indian delicacy that's been making rounds on the internet recently. The dish has been enjoyed by none other than the cricketing legend Kevin Pietersen. He was seen relishing it on his social media, and it sparked quite a buzz among the cricket and foodie communities alike. But wait, there's more. It's not just Pietersen who's a fan. Indian cricket superstar Virat Kohli also counts chole bhature among his favorite dishes. Now, if that's not a ringing endorsement, I don't know what is. So if you're ready to bowl over your taste buds, let's dive right into the recipe. Before we start, remember, in cooking as in cricket, preparation is key. Just like how a cricket team needs a well-rounded squad to win matches, our chole bhature also needs a variety of ingredients to hit the flavor boundary. First up, we need the star players of this culinary match: chickpeas for the chole and all-purpose flour for the bhature. Chickpeas are the Virat Kohli of this dish, holding the innings together. All-purpose flour, on the other hand, is our Kevin Pietersen, adding that international flair to our bhature. Next, we need a good amount of spices: turmeric, red chili powder, coriander powder, and garam masala. These are like our fielders, adding depth and character to the dish. And yes, it's not a cricket match without some excitement, so we add a pinch of asafoetida and black salt to bring that unexpected twist. Now let's move to the supporting players: onions, tomatoes, ginger, and garlic. Don't underestimate their role. They are like our all-rounders, enhancing the flavor of the dish and making sure it's a well-balanced meal. For the bhature, we also need some yogurt and baking soda. Think of them as the cheerleaders, giving that extra push for the bhature to rise and shine. And of course, we can't forget the oil for deep frying our bhature and cooking our chole. It's like the cricket pitch, setting the stage for our players to perform. In case some of these ingredients aren't readily available in your pantry, don't worry. You can use canned chickpeas instead of dried ones, and if you don't have all-purpose flour, whole wheat flour will do just fine. Remember, in cricket and cooking, it's all about improvisation. Now that we have all our ingredients ready, it's time to get cooking. Now, we're on the front foot, ready to knock this recipe out of the park. Prepping for the big game, or in this case, the big meal, is all about timing, precision, and a whole lot of passion. So let's dive right into it, shall we? First up, we're going to tackle the chickpeas, the heart and soul of our chole. Start by rinsing them thoroughly under cold water. Next, soak them in a bowl of water overnight. That's right. Just like a cricket match, this recipe requires some strategic planning ahead, but trust me, the end result is worth the wait. While our chickpeas are soaking up all that water, let's turn our attention to the bhature dough. This isn't your average dough, my friends. It's light, fluffy, and deep-fried to perfection. To start, take a large bowl and combine all-purpose flour, semolina, and a pinch of salt. Next, add a little yogurt and a spoonful of oil. Mix these ingredients together until they form a soft, pliable dough. This is a skill that requires a little practice, but don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. Remember, just like in cricket, patience is key here. Knead the dough for about 10 minutes or until it's smooth and elastic. This is the time to put in the hard yards, just like our favorite cricketers do during their training sessions. Once you're satisfied with your dough, cover it with a damp cloth and let it rest. Now, as our dough takes a breather, let's get back to our chickpeas. They should be nicely soaked by now. Drain the water and transfer them to a pressure cooker. Add some fresh water, a tea bag for that deep, rich color, and some spices to kick up the flavor. Cook until the chickpeas are tender and ready to melt in your mouth. While our chickpeas are cooking, let's check on our dough. It should have rested enough by now. Divide it into equal portions and roll each portion into a smooth ball. Set them aside, we'll be getting back to them in our next scene. And there you have it, folks. We've laid the groundwork for our chole bhature. We've prepped, we've planned, and we're ready to go. Just like a good cricket match, the real excitement is in the build-up. Let's move on to the next step. Now we're at the crease, ready to face the delivery. As we step into the world of culinary cricket, it's time to start cooking up a storm. The heart of our dish, chole bhature, is the chickpeas, our star player. Soak them overnight. It's like giving them a good night's sleep before the big match. Next, pressure cook them until they're soft and tender. Add a tea bag while cooking for that rich, dark color. It's like the secret weapon in our cooking arsenal. While our chickpeas are simmering away, let's turn our attention to the bhature, the fluffy, crispy partner to our spiced chickpeas. Mix all-purpose flour, yogurt, a pinch of salt, and baking powder. It's like assembling a winning team. each ingredient playing its crucial role. Knead it into a soft dough, the kind you'd want to dive into like a fielder going for a catch. Let it rest for a bit, like a well-earned drinks break in the middle of a grueling match. Now comes the exciting part, the equivalent of a fast bowler running in to deliver a Yorker. Heat up oil in a deep pan, roll out your dough into a circular shape, and gently slide it into the hot oil. Watch as it fluffs up, golden and crispy. So how do you get that perfect puff? The secret is in the wrist action. Just like a spin bowler, you need to rotate your wrist, gently pressing down on the batur to help it puff up. And remember, just like in cricket, timing is everything. Don't rush, let the batur cook at its own pace. As for our chickpeas, they're now ready for the final innings. In a separate pan, heat up some oil, toss in some cumin seeds, and let them splutter. Add chopped onions, ginger and garlic and sauté them until they're golden. Now it's time for the spices. Coriander, turmeric, red chili, and chole masala. It's like the perfect bowling attack, each spice adding a unique flavor. Add the cooked chickpeas and let them simmer in the spices. And that's how you hit a culinary sixer, but we're not done yet. Let's move on to the final touches. Just like the final overs of a thrilling cricket match, this is where we seal the deal. Now that we have our delicious chole and fluffy batur ready, it's time to bring it all together. First things first, presentation is key. Place a generous serving of chole in a bowl. Now take a batur and tear it into half, placing it on the plate next to the chole. The tearing of the batur reveals its soft, fluffy interior, which is perfect for scooping up the chole. To make the experience even more authentic, let's add a few traditional condiments. A spoonful of tangy pickle on the side, a dollop of creamy yogurt, and a sprinkle of fresh, chopped coriander leaves on top of the chole will do the trick. Each of these condiments adds a different layer of flavor, enhancing the overall taste of the dish. But wait, we're not done yet. To truly enjoy chole bhature, you need to get your hands dirty, quite literally. This isn't a dish to be eaten with cutlery. So, roll up your sleeves, grab a piece of batur, scoop up some chole, and enjoy the explosion of flavors in your mouth. Now here are some tips to truly savor this dish. Start by tasting the chole on its own to appreciate its rich, spicy flavor. Then try it with the batur and notice how the soft bread balances out the spiciness. Alternate between bites of batur and sips of a cooling beverage, like a traditional Indian lassi, to cleanse your palate. Remember, chole bhature is not just a dish, it's an experience. It's a celebration of flavors and textures, much like the exhilarating game of cricket. So, take your time, savor each bite, and let the flavors transport you to the bustling streets of Delhi. And there you have it, a dish that's as exciting as a cricket match and sure to impress whether you're a cricket star or not. Now, it's time for the victory lap. Just like our cricketing heroes, we've made it through the nail-biting match of cooking our delicious chole bhature. It's been a thrilling journey, hasn't it? From gathering our ingredients, prepping for the big game, to finally cooking up a storm, we've come a long way. Imagine the satisfaction, the sheer joy of biting into your homemade chole bhature, with the flavors bursting in your mouth, just like the fireworks after a victorious match. And here's the real victory, knowing that you've created this culinary masterpiece yourself. As we wrap up, I encourage you to try making this dish at home. Unleash your inner chef and recreate this Indian delicacy that even celebrity cricketers can't resist. And when you do, don't forget to share your experiences. We'd love to hear your cooking stories, your little victories, your culinary triumphs. Now you must be wondering, what's on the menu for the next video? Well, let's keep that a surprise, shall we? But I'll give you a hint. It's another dish that's as thrilling as a last-minute boundary, as satisfying as a well-played inning, and as delicious as a victory lap. Remember, in the kitchen as on the cricket field, it's all about having fun. So, don your apron, pick up your spatula, and let's cook up a storm. For more food and drinks tips, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update from us. Check out our other videos for more culinary inspiration. Until next time, keep cooking.